So next, let's test this out, and I'm going to come back and adjust the number of tweets to 5. Now this is something to consider. If I refresh the page, it's still only showing 3, and that's because, again, we're still displaying that cached data. So there's a couple options here. One, you could deal with it and assume, well, in 5 minutes it's going to update, it's not a big deal. Or you can listen for when the user changes this value, and the same thing with the username. If I switch this back to Envato Web Dev and I refresh the page, it's still, well, now it's been 5 minutes, but now if I switch back one more time and I refresh the page, it's still going to display the cached data and not the new account. And I don't think that's good for usability. So let's fix that. And we can do it very easily. This is specifically why when we attach data to the temporary database, I wanted to make sure that we had the username and the tweet count. That way we have access to it. Let's come back to our Twitter function. And now we'll do a couple more options. When should we fetch tweets? Well, we should fetch tweets if nothing was returned from the database. Also, we should fetch tweets if tweets username does not equal username. And then we should do the same thing if tweets tweet count does not equal tweet count. So think of it again. Let's go through this. The page loads for the very first time. Tweet count is equal to course testing. So that is then right here, saved here. The tweet count is 5, and that's all saved in the database. But the very next page load, we're going to update this to 3. Well, now we're going to come here and tweet count will be 3, but what we have saved in the database is 5. So now we look at what was returned and we say, does 5 equal 3? No, it doesn't. In that case, something's been changed. And the exact same thing with the username. What we have stored in the database is course testing. But now, once we change it, this will be Envato Web Dev. Do those equal? No. In that case, we got to fetch new tweets and update what we have stored in the temporary database. Let's test this out. I'm going to save this here, refresh the page, and now we have 3. Let's switch it to 2, and if we did everything right, this should now update. And it is. If we switch it to Envato Web Dev, switch it to 4, there we go. Let's do one last test. Course testing, we're going to bring in 2, and now I'm going to update that to make sure that it is being cached. Refresh the page, and of course it's not displaying it because we're not fetching from the Twitter API anymore. We are using our cached data at least for 4 or 5 more minutes. And that is going to finish off your first real-world Twitter widget. And this is very cool. You've given users the ability to specify usernames, the number of tweets to display. You've given them the ability to cache the tweets so you're not abusing Twitter's API. You're filtering the tweets to make sure that you wrap everything within links. This is relatively powerful, but with WordPress, we did it in only 134 lines of code. Pretty impressive.